Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. This week we've been talking about my trip to Europe all week. I spent 2 weeks in Europe, had a blast. But it wasn't just about me while I was gone, obviously. When I came back to a beautiful, wonderful surprise. I mean, I guess it wasn't really a surprise because I knew it was going to happen. But while I was away, my wife, Malia, took it upon herself to start renovating a little bit. Specifically our flooring. So I moved into this house 2012. So I've been here over 11 years now. Malia has been living here for 4 years, I think, maybe, something like that. Not quite 4 years, almost 4 years. And there's still a lot of remnants of the past in this house. I was not a good caretaker for a lot of the years that I lived here. And so, yeah, the house was a disaster. When she first started coming around, we have always joked that I was the beast and this castle was a wreck, and you know, she came along being the beauty, obviously, and making it better. And so we've continued to try to do little things here and there. As we get money, we can do some stuff. And so flooring has been one thing that we've wanted to do for a long time. When I moved in, this house was like the most boring house possible, like white walls, white trim, white carpet. It wasn't quite white carpet, it was tan carpet, but it was a really light tan, you know, it was like parchment colored carpet. And it looked attractive at first, but very quickly, you know, with children, and it became a disaster. So after a few years of living here, maybe 3 years, I redid the living room in engineered hardwood. I had engineered bamboo hardwood, tiger striped bamboo. I did the whole living room, and that was all I could afford to do at the time, so that was that. And then the rest stayed carpet for all these years until, well, about 4 years ago or so, when Malia moved in officially. A friend of mine had a few boxes of laminate flooring that he traded me for some work, and we did the hallway and dining room in that stuff. So we had two very different floorings, ran in different directions, but it worked. It was flooring. It was way better than the carpet. Then 2020 happened. We started renovating the children's room upstairs in the top, like the second floor. We replaced all of their flooring with laminate flooring and repainted, and it really made their rooms look nice. Which left our bedroom, the master bedroom, as kind of like the last room in the house to have anything done. So years ago, we started patching the wall. There was kind of, the walls were chewed up. We started patching that stuff. There were some holes from where I had mounted stuff to the walls for filming back in the day. You know, there was problems. So we started patching all those problems, and we kept saying we're going to do the flooring, we're going to do the flooring. So while I was gone, she did. She tore all the carpet out in the bedroom. She tore up all the living room flooring, all the hallway and dining room flooring, and started laying flooring. She spent a week of doing that by herself, and then her father and brother came down for the weekend and helped, and they were able to finish the master bedroom and the bathroom. So it's all one continuous vinyl plank flooring. And then they finished the living room. So we started in the living room. What we have to do now is come into, you know, the living room started it. Now it goes into the hallway, into the dining room, into the kitchen, into the guest bathroom, and out to the back. So we have a decent amount of flooring left to lay. Not a huge amount, honestly. Like when I came home, I was a little overwhelmed with the amount of work that needs to be done. But truthfully, it's lay some flooring and then trim some stuff. She already bought all the trim work. She already bought all the baseboards. Well, she bought enough to get a bunch done. We just need to get this flooring laid and then spend some time over the next, whenever. Spend an hour, let's cut some baseboard, hang some baseboard, let's hang some trim, hang a door, whatever. Repaint here or there, touch things up. But it was really fantastic to come home to a place that was better than when I left. There's a lot of times in my life that I came home to disasters. I came home to new animals. I came home to a lot of problems. And it was really like, it was overwhelmingly positive to come home to something fresh, something like, let's do this, right? Like, let's. And the interesting part is she has been treating this like it's her project. And I'm 1,000,000% okay with that. Like, hands off. You tell me when you need help cutting something. You tell me when you need help putting things down. But she's been, at night, she'll put on her, she's got knee pads so she can work on the floor, and she'll just start laying some flooring. She'll start cutting stuff. We removed the island. I have a kitchen island that was garbage to begin with. It's just the same MDF crap that the kitchen's made out of. And at some point in the past, when I came home to a new dog, it had peed all over the house. I mean, we're still dealing with that situation. There's a couple of spots I need to cut out of the floor and replace, but he had peed all over this MDF island, so it was swollen and nasty. So we removed it. It's still there for now. I think as a winter project, I am going to build a new kitchen island that isn't fixed to the floor. One of the things I didn't like about my kitchen, it's a big kitchen, but only big because the island was like, it was turn around and take a step or two to get to the island from the stove. It wasn't like it was right there. So as a prep surface, what I would do is I would prep on a cutting board, carry the cutting board over and set it beside. It was just, it's a little too far away. And also that means that my tiny little like breakfast nook of a dining room was really difficult to entertain in. When friends came over to play games, you had to kind of turn sideways and scoot past the table. Really frustrating. So what I want to do, what I've been wanting to do, is to get rid of that island and have something a little bit smaller, or not necessarily smaller, but something that I can move in when I need to. Like, I could add a foot to the dining room by just moving this thing back a foot, and it would not be in anybody's way. So I'm going to I think what I'm going to do this winter is keep the top so it matches the rest of the countertops, build a whole new base with drawers and doors that is not fixed, so I can move it around. But coming home to something new, something fresh, it was great. And I've told her thank you 1,000 times. She's like, I didn't do this for you, right? She did it for us, obviously. But for her, the bedroom was the last place where there was this someone else's filth, right? Like filth of a generation, of a decade of filth in that carpet. The bathroom was peel and stick tile that was not great. So with having this whole new fresh floor really is nice. It's really, really nice. And our bedroom looks really, really nice. So it was super awesome to come home to that. Super, super awesome. And, now we have this little tiny, I don't want to say it's a tiny project because it's a huge project, but it's like just spend some time here and there, get it done, no big deal. Move on with your life. That feels pretty awesome. But, well, all in all, I think it was a great trip for everybody. It was a great trip for me and seeing my friends in Europe and playing games and hanging out. It was also a great trip for us, meaning Malia and I, like having time apart and her having a whole bunch of autonomy and agency in her world, and doing, she used my shop she kept telling me, like, I'm really sorry if I mess something up, I'll buy you something, I'll buy it new, I know, I'll put it all back, whatever. And I was like, listen, this is these are your tools too. She told me that she knows that she has issues with people using her stuff and people, but I don't. So she was worried about that. And I was like, listen, it's your shop too. Like, go do whatever you want down there. Like, it's fine. And if something happens, we'll fix it. No big deal. So That also feels wonderful, right? Having a relationship like that. Anyway. Thankful. I'm feeling very thankful right now. How about you? Yeah. This weekend's going to be busy between that project. I need to finish the art project. I'm going to try to do it over the next couple of mornings while everybody's sleeping. I'll come down here and do some carving so I can start getting that done and ready. But we also have homecoming is this weekend for my youngest, so she has parade and game tonight, homecoming tomorrow. My oldest wants to go to a concert for her birthday, so I'm taking her to a concert. Busy weekend. What do you got going on? Not seeing games in my future anytime soon. I'm hoping that maybe I can like say, listen, can I have somebody over to play something? Because I'm gonna go crazy if I don't. And I know she would be perfectly okay with that, but I'd feel like a jerk if I put her project on hold. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Being amazing friends and wonderful people, I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is specious. It's an adjective meaning something that appears correct on the surface but is in fact wrong. The judge summarily rejected the specious arguments put forth by the defendant, which seem to have no evidence to back them up. Specious. S-P-E-C-I-O-U-S. That's a fantastic word. I've never heard that before. Specious. I'm going to have to start using that.